In life, what holds many people back is fear, because they don't want it to navigate life without their husband or their wives, because they've been married too long, and they just want to stay in the relationship, not because they are happy, but because they are comfortable. Don't be in marriage because you are comfortable. Be in marriage because you are in love. And don't stay in the marriage because you fear. You fear unknown. Don't live in fear. Because if you live in fear, you will never know who you really are. You will never know what you are capable of. You need to live the life that God wanted you to live. And I see this with the father of my children. We've been married for so long, and he is afraid. He doesn't want to get a divorce because he fear the unknown. He feel like if we are not together, something bad is gonna happen to him. So he just want to stay with me because he is used to me. That is not life. You have to be in the marriage because you love somebody. And we doubt ourselves a lot because we say, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. But you don't know because you never try to step out. You always stay in your comfort zone. For you to find out your new hobby, you need to get out of your comfort zone. Find out something new. That is life. And what I learned to take risk. I like to take risks all the time. And I just learned this 6 years ago. I used to fear all the time, but now I don't fear anymore. Because if I live in fear, it's not going to be... If I look back and I will say to myself, I wish I have done this, I will live with regret. I don't want to live with regret. I want to look back and say, you know what? I'm proud the life I have lived. That's what I want. I don't want to fear unknown. I want to do things that will knock my knees. I want to do things that will I will say to myself, I didn't know I can do this, but now I know. So it's just a little advice I want to give to people. Don't live in fear. Don't live in fear because there's something in you don't even know. For me, I see him. When I look at him and say, you know what, he can do something better. But he doesn't see because he's living in fear. He's living in fear. He doesn't see his capability, what he's good at. He just wants to stay in his comfort zone. He just wants to be with me, but we don't get along. We don't love each other anymore. I want a different path. I want a different path because there are things I want to do on my own. And there are things I cannot share with him. And it's very sad. So, to people who live in fear, please don't live in fear. If somebody tell you it's time for us to call it a quit, it's time to end our relationship, don't hate that person. Take it as it's a blessing in disguise. Take it as a blessing in disguise. Because the more you get out, you're gonna find out something you don't know. You're gonna find out your true calling. So this, I'm just hoping he will understand. I'm hoping he will understand his true calling, and other people will not live in fear. When I married him when I was very young. I was very young. And I thought I cannot do anything without him because I've been with him and I just know life with him. I don't know life without him. But after I was accused of having mental illness and I left the state, I went to a different state and I stayed alone for 1 year. And again, I went to South Sudan and I stayed in South Sudan for 2 years. And I began to know myself more. I began to know what I like and what I don't like. So during that trial, it taught me something. It taught me I can do anything. I can do anything. And I can say the accusation was a blessing in the disguise. The accusation was the blessing. It taught me to stand on my own. It taught me to get up. It taught me to fight through difficulty, through challenge. Because life, whatever life will throw at you, it will knock you down, but you need to get back up and fight. Don't stay down because you don't belong. You don't belong. You don't belong down. You don't belong under. You belong. You were meant to soar. You were not meant to be on the low ground. So to people, I just wanted you to know anything in life will happen to you. Don't look at it like it's something will destroy your life. Look at it like it's something is bad now, but later there's a benefit. There's a benefit will come from it, from the pain. Many people who tell their stories, they have went through something. They have went through tragedy. They have went through heartbreak. They have went through all the difficulty, but they turn their difficulty to something that they turn their difficulty to the story so they can share their story with others. They will say, I went through this, but I came out of it. I didn't stay in the darkness. I stayed in the darkness for a little bit, but I came out. The darkness was not meant for us to stay in the dark. When something happened, you just have to take a minute, but you have to come out of it. You have to come out of that thing. But don't stay in the dark. It's like there was a day and there was a night. When the night comes, we sleep, but the night doesn't stay night forever. The morning emerges. The morning comes. The morning comes, and later the morning will turn to dark. The dark will come, and later the